Hi everyone, welcome to this month's Facts and Fun. If you'll remember, Facts and Fun is our preschool nonfiction program where we read a few nonfiction books, we do an activity for that month's theme, and then we also do a craft for that month's theme. This month's theme is pie because it's November. November always reminds me of Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving reminds me of pie. So all three books we'll be reading today have something to do with pie. We'll be doing an activity having to do with pie, and then wait till you see what craft we'll be doing for pie as well. Let's get started with our first book. Our first book is called Pie for Piglets, Counting by Twos, and it is by Michael Dahl and illustrated by Todd, Ouren. Two hungry piglets were home alone. Pie, pie, they piped, let's make pie. The piglets put in 2 sacks of flour. 2. The piglets put in 4 sticks of creamy butter. 2, 4. The piglets put in 6 cobs of golden corn. Look at all the corn. 2, 4, 6. The piglets put in 8 cups of chocolate milk. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 cups. The piglets put in 10 gooey cinnamon rolls. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. The piglets put in 12 grade A eggs. Grade A eggs. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That's a whole dozen. 12 eggs is a dozen. The piglets put in 14 mushy meatballs. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 meatballs. That's a lot of meatballs. The piglets put in 16 peanut butter sandwiches. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 sandwiches. This is a crazy pie, isn't it? The piglets put in 18 pieces of pineapple pizza in their pie. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. 18 pieces of pizza in their pie. The piglets put in 20 scoops of hunky, chunky, funky ice cream. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 20 scoops of ice cream. That's a lot of ice cream. Then the piglets began eating the pie. Yum, yum, they squealed. We made the perfect pie. I don't know if that's the perfect pie or not. But it's certainly a silly one, isn't it? Okay, are you ready for our pie activity? Let's go ahead and do that next. Okay, everyone, let's do our first pie craft. In your kit, you should have a white piece of paper that looks like this. Has a great big circle on it. And it says, I am thankful for these things. Now, this is kind of going to be like our pie pan or our pie crust. But guess what? It's empty. There isn't anything there. So you also have in your kit a bunch of slips of colored paper, and they have pieces of pie already on them. So what we're going to do is we are going to figure out at least 4 things, because 4 pieces of pie will fit on this pie shape. And we are going to figure out 4 things that we are thankful for, because in November, it's Thanksgiving. Now, some of us don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but that's okay. We can still think of things that we are thankful for. So I am going to go ahead and start with my yellow piece. I like yellow. It's kind of sunny. And I'm going to think, what am I thankful for? And I'm going to draw a picture of it. Now, my picture's not going to be very good because I'm going to rush so I can show it to you. But one of the things that I'm very thankful for is I am thankful for my house. I am very thankful for having a place to live. So I can draw a picture of what I am thankful for. And then I take a pair of scissors from home and I carefully cut out my shape. Now this will look like a great big piece of pie, and it will fit on our plain sheet of paper. So we cut it out so it looks like a piece of pie, like that. And then it will fit on our pie. Now, I've cut out a few others so that you could see how they fit. I haven't drawn any pictures yet, though. I'll have to think of some other things that I'm thankful for. But see how they fit together like that? You'll be able to pick 4 different colors and draw 4 things that you are thankful for. Now, if you want, you can just lay them on the sheet of paper like this. Or using a glue stick or some other kind of glue, you could also glue them all down when you're finished. It's up to you. It'll make an awfully pretty picture to put on the refrigerator if you glue it all together, though. So I hope you can think of 4 good things that you are thankful for today. Did everyone come up with some great things to be thankful for? Did you fill in all 4 of your pieces of pie and glue them together if you wanted to? I bet you it looks great. Let's find out a little bit more about pie. Our next book is called Beginning to End, Pumpkin Seed to Pie. And this one is written by Rachel Grack. Pumpkin Beginnings. Did you know pumpkin pie begins in the pumpkin patch? Have you been to a pumpkin patch before to pick out a pumpkin for Halloween maybe? Where do pumpkins grow? Some pumpkins are used for pie. Others are carved on Halloween, but all pumpkins begin as seeds. In the pumpkin patch, pumpkins need a long growing season. Farmers plant seeds in early spring. What makes pumpkins grow? Well, it looks like soil, sunlight, and water, just like other seeds. Soon sprouts begin to break through the soil. Long leafy vines spread over the field. Bright gold flowers grow on the vines. Bees pollinate the flowers. This causes tiny green pumpkins to form. They grow larger throughout the summer. Look at that baby pumpkin. It's green, not orange. Farmers harvest ripe pumpkins in fall. They drive machines through the field. One machine pushes the pumpkins into rows. Another loads them into trucks. Wow, I didn't know that's how they harvested pumpkins. I've never seen that before. From pumpkin to puree. Puree means that it's a mixed up version. It comes in cans. You'll see. Next, pumpkins go to the canning factory. They are unloaded and washed. Tumblers remove any remaining vines and leaves. So see, they kind of get a pumpkin shower, don't they? To get all the dirt and vines off of them. Machines chop the pumpkins. Workers check the pieces for ripeness. Then the pumpkins are mashed. Extra water gets squeezed out. Grinders remove rinds, that's the outside part, and seeds from the pumpkin mash. Then the pumpkin is strained. Machines fill cans with pumpkin puree. The cans are cooked, cooled, and labeled. The process from farm to can takes less than 24 hours. 24 hours is one day. So in one day, a pumpkin goes from being in the field to being mashed up in a can and all ready for us to use. That's really fast, isn't it? The canned pumpkin gets shipped to stores. People buy it to make pies. Pie time. Pumpkin pie is a favorite dessert on Thanksgiving. Top a slice with whipped cream or ice cream. Either way, each bite tastes delicious. Enjoy! That was great hearing how a pumpkin went from being in the field to being in a pie. Now guess what? We're not making pumpkin pie, but we're making pie right now. Okay, everyone, is everyone ready to make some pie of our own? Today we're going to be making pudding pie. Isn't that crazy? We're going to use the 6 very small pie crusts that you got in your kit, and you also have some vanilla pudding. Now, I know some people like pudding that's other flavors, but everybody likes vanilla. And guess what? When you watch this video, if you look at the description, I'll give you a couple other ideas of what you can add to the vanilla pudding if you don't like plain vanilla. So why don't we go ahead and get started? First, you need to open up your little pie crusts. Aren't they cute? They're so little. There are 6 in here. So you will have plenty for your whole family. I'm just going to place them out on this black piece of paper so that you can see them well. There's a piece of plastic in here you want to make sure you take out. See, now we have 6 little pie crusts. Can you see them? There they are. All right, now we're going to make the pudding. I'm going to move these forward, but right now I'll bring them back when we're ready for them. Also in your bag, you're going to have a Ziploc bag. This is a heavy-duty Ziploc bag, and we're going to make the pudding in the bag. Now, if you're worried about making a mess, if you want to use an additional bag, that means another bag, you can do that too. I'll leave that up to you and your grown-up. All right, so we have our pudding. We'll go ahead and take that out of the box. This is a lot of fun. So we have a package of pudding. Now it's a powder, so be careful with it and don't rip it open without help from your grown-up. And then we're going to use milk. Now I'm using regular milk. It's actually 2% milk. Now, if you can't drink regular milk, I think there are ways that you can do it with other kinds of milk. Again, if you look at the description under this video, I'll include that information as well. So the package says to make pie, we need 1 3/4 cup. So I brought a cup with me today so I can measure. Now this is something that you're going to need your help from your grown-up. So I am going to measure 1 3/4 cup of milk. And it should be cold milk too. This is very cold. It was in the refrigerator. So see, there is our milk, ready to go. Now, at this point, we're really going to need our grown-ups' help because we're going to pour the milk in this bag. So we want to open up the bag Now I'm doing this all by myself, so I will be very careful. But your grown-up can hold the bag for you, or you can hold the bag while your grown-up pours the milk into the bag, okay? So here we go. We're going to pour the milk into the bag. How silly is this? We just put milk in a bag. But guess what? Now we're going to put our pudding in our bag. Let's see if we can make this stand up. This is your pudding. Now I would suggest that you cut it open. I don't have my scissors at the table right now, so I'm going to carefully rip it open. Again, this is something that you'll want your grown-ups help with. And we are going to open it up really carefully. This is definitely something you would want to do at the kitchen table or counter. And we are going to pour our pudding into our bag. Now, at this point, you would also add any additional ingredients. If you decided you wanted to make it pumpkin, you could add some pumpkin. Or if you want to make it chocolate, you can add some cocoa. That'll be at the description underneath this video. But for now, we're making vanilla. So we're going to take it and try to get most of the air out of the bag without spilling it. And then we're going to seal it very carefully because we want to make sure none of that milk comes out, right? And at this point, if you want to put this in another bag, if you're afraid that this might make a mess, you can put it in 2 bags. It will still work just fine. Now what we're going to do is we're going to knead it. That means squish it like this. Now, does this feel like pudding right now? No, it does not. It feels like milk, doesn't it? Feels like cold milk, and that's all it does. But you're going to keep squishing it like this for 1 to 2 minutes, all right? And you'll be able to tell when it starts to feel like pudding instead of milk. So I'm going to just keep going here, and I'll let you know when we can do our next step. Okay, mine is starting to feel a little thicker. Is yours feeling thicker too? It's not as sloshy. Can you see it? It doesn't quite look like milk anymore, does it? But I think we need to make it even thicker because we're going to want to put it in our pie tins or our pie crusts. So let's keep going. I think we'll know when it's thick enough. I never knew that you could make pie in a bag. So you could make any kind of pie you have at home in a bag like this. It's kind of fun to play with, isn't it? Okay, let's see how it's doing. Does it feel thick enough? Nope, I think we need to do some more. Are you squishing it? This is a great way to make your fingers really strong by squishing it like this. Kind of fun too, isn't it? Just be careful and make sure that it's still sealed because you don't want it to make a mess. All right, I think we're about ready. See how it looks? See how it's kind of thick and it's not pouring? All right, I'm gonna push it down to the bottom. See how it's making streaks in it like that? You can tell it's nice and thick. All right, I'm going to grab my scissors very quickly. One moment. Now we're going to do something that's kind of fun. Now, you have 2 choices, and it's up to you and your grown-up. You can either open the bag and using a spoon, you can put it in each of your pie crusts. If you want to do it that way. I'm going to show you another way, but you have to be very careful if you do it this way. we're going to pinch the corner of one of the corners. Do you see how there's no pudding left in there? And then taking our scissors, do this with the help of a grown-up, we're going to make a little hole in the corner. See how I cut off the corner? And now we're going to squeeze it out into our pie crusts. Now, be very careful and do this with the help of a grown-up. Ready? Let's see what it looks like. Oh my goodness, it does look like pie. Look at that. Can you see it? And then we're going to fill all 6 of them because I gave you 6 little pie crust. Now, if you ended up adding something like pumpkin, at this point, you're probably going to have some left over because you added more to it. In fact, you might have some pudding left over anyway, which is okay. So just carefully fill these. Do you see how thick the pudding is? And you're just squeezing the bag carefully and putting the pudding in the crusts. Now, I made plain vanilla pudding, and I'm going to put something on top of it instead of in it. I could crush up cookies. I could put sprinkles on it. I'm going to actually put mini chocolate chips on mine. Now see what the bag looks like when I squeezed it all out? And look at those pies. Can you see them? Here, let's pick up one so you can look at it more closely. How yummy does that look? All right, let's grab our mini chocolate chips and then we can sprinkle a few on top. And when you're all done, you stick it in the refrigerator for 1 hour and then it'll be ready to eat. And that is how you make pie and pudding in a plastic bag. Yum. Wasn't that a lot of fun making pudding in a bag and squeezing it all together and then putting it in the pie shells? Is your pie already in the refrigerator or are you still working on it? I bet those are going to be great desserts for your family tonight. Our last book today is called 3 Little Kittens, and it's by Jerry Pinkney. Now, 3 Little Kittens is a nursery rhyme because some of our nursery rhymes are in our nonfiction section here at the library. Let's see what the kittens have to do with pie. Three little kittens, they got new mittens, and they began to cheer. Oh, mother dear, may we go out to play? Put on your mittens, you sweet little kittens, and you may go and play. Meow, meow, meow. Yes, you may go and play. The 3 little kittens, they played and played. They spun and leaped and pounced. Oh, mother dear, we sadly fear our mittens we have lost. Oh no, they lost their mittens. What? Lost your mittens, you careless kittens? Then you shall have no pie. Oh no, they're not going to get any pie. Meow, meow, the kittens cried, for they would have no pie. Let's find our mittens, said the kittens. Meow, meow, meow. Soon, one little kitten had found her mittens. Purr, purr, purr. Someone's happy. Then the second kitten had found his mittens. I think it's this one. Purr, purr, purr. And the third little kitten then found his mittens. Look there. Purr, purr, purr. Oh, mother dear, see here, our mittens we have found. What? Found your mittens? You darling kittens. Now you shall have some pie. Meow, meow, meow. You shall have some pie. Now they get to have some pie. Oh, look, they're having pie. Purr, 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 purr. They soon ate up the pie. Oh, mother dear, look here, look here. We fear we've made a mess. Ah, you silly kittens, you're wearing your mittens. Their mother began to sigh. Meow, meow, meow. They all began to sigh. The three little kittens, they washed their mittens. And hung them out to dry. See, they're putting their mittens out. Oh, mother dear, see here, our mittens we have washed. What? Washed your mittens? My good little kittens. Meow, meow, meow. The three little kittens put on the clean mittens, and they began to cheer. Oh, mother dear, may we go out to play? Oh my goodness, they're gonna go back out to play, aren't they? Weren't you happy that the three little kittens got to enjoy their pie? I certainly hope that you enjoy your pie as well. I hope you had a fun time listening to our 3 nonfiction books that had something to do with pie today. I hope you did a great job coming up with at least 4 things that you're thankful for and putting your pie together. And I really hope that you and your family enjoy the pie that you made today. Thanks for listening, everyone. I'll see you next month. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.